Hello, beautiful. Some of you guys know that I took a little break from posting, and some of you guys know why, but for those that don't, and for everyone, let's talk about mental health. I know it's been a more common theme to discuss since the pandemic, and for that I'm very, very grateful. But I do think it's still a very misconstrued idea, and I channeled a couple messages about this. I'm not going to share any of them right now, but the idea of like coming unhinged. What if we were never meant to have hinges? You know, what if coming unhinged is actually us shaking off all of the bullshit that isn't really for us anyway, the conditioning from society? I really want to be part of paving the way for us to feel things on a deeper level without being seen as crazy, without being seen as losing it. What is losing it? Losing what? The ability to hold it all together for everyone else? Fuck that shit. And look, I'm not telling you to just lose it. There are definitions here that I do want to shake, but I also don't want people to take this as a cue to just go and self-destruct. What I mean is we need to give ourselves time to heal, and we need to give ourselves time to grieve. And if that means removing ourselves from everyone and maybe even coming off as a little crazy or unhinged or whatever it is that we're all so busy trying not to look like, to do, to be, then I want to be part of the voice of helping people break out of this paradigm of feeling like they are losing their minds, when really all they're losing is this construct that we've been taught about our minds and how we're supposed to keep it together. Well, in truth, I don't think that's the case at all. I actually think that we're here to express and to be moved and to feel powerful feelings and to keep them flowing in a constant state of movement and expression. And when we bottle them all up, which is definitely what we're taught, you just hold it all in and you pretend you're fine and you hold it together. All of these terminologies that we've been hearing since we were born, basically, that have infiltrated our brain and made it feel like it's not safe to express our humanity or feel things or fall apart. All that it means to me, falling apart, is an opportunity to deconstruct this ego persona that so many of us have. Our identity, our personality, our namesake, our family lineage, all of that is really just an imprint on our soul. It actually has nothing to do with who we truly are. And in this life, it has something to do with how we show up in our physicality, but it's not the essence of who we are. The essence of who we are cannot be broken. It cannot be unhinged. Becoming unhinged. It cannot be destroyed or broken. And even if somebody does take their own life or someone else takes their life, their soul remains eternal. So let us all remember that we are our soul. For those that don't believe that, that's okay. I personally feel like this is fact. Like I know it, like fact is just so part of the imprint that I came here with and the understanding of my previous lives. So bear with me here. But first of all, I just want to say, if you're going through something emotional, you're not alone. Second of all, if you have been feeling backed against the wall because of these emotional feelings and you feel like you don't have a place to grieve or a place to turn, you're not alone. Feeling a little emotional. It's like my heart just goes out to anybody who's feeling like they can't express what they need to express. What I really want to say is that mental health is the most important thing. If you don't have your mental health, what do you really have? As a person and if you don't know what it feels like to really have your mental health go down the toilet, so to speak, then you wouldn't really understand this part. And that's okay. I think it's important for us to speak about it anyway, for those that don't know, because it's important for us all to change the conversation. Even people especially people that haven't experienced it themselves. We shouldn't look at each other with pity in our eyes of like, oh God, I hope I never end up like that. That's such a stigma. I think so many of us are running from this stigma of being seen as crazy or being seen as like losing it. All these phrases, like I said, that kind of put you in a box and make you feel like you have to just pretend that you're fine until you're not. And that's exactly what I don't want us to do. I don't want that. So I thought I would give us a few tools for dealing with mental health. These are my personal tools. It doesn't mean that I'm subscribing them to you, okay? These are just the tools that have helped me. So this past week and a half has been pretty tough. I had my episodes as well, which are just a really dark place that I go, very, very intense and emotional already, very transformative already, on top of where I was when I took a break a week and a half ago. So it's been a lot of work. I feel like I've been like pushed into kind of this breakout moment. And now I'm coming back with what I've experienced and what I have to share. Okay. So for me personally, my favorite element, like resource, I should say, for mental health is music and nature. Just sitting outside. I have a beautiful yard, but go to a park. You can, go somewhere with a view where you can see the horizon. There are a lot of different places you can go to soak up some beauty. Make it a priority every day if you can. All right. But music takes me somewhere. It takes me somewhere. It allows me to kind of move and express in different ways without having to actually do anything. It has been the thing that saved my life over and over and over and over and over again since I was a little kid. One of the first memories I have as a kid was locking myself in my room and just listening to music when I felt unsafe in my family home, which I did pretty much all the time. Music has been a safe place for me since I was a kid. And if you aren't a person who plugs into music and you're struggling with your mental health, I highly recommend that you start exploring music. All right, I listen to all kinds. Don't let the jazz in the background fool you. I listen to everything. But when we're talking about mental health, do listen to things that will help you ground, that will help you feel safe in your body. Also consider listening to things that will help you express emotion. So if you're feeling angry, maybe listen to some angry music to get it out. And then kind of switch gears to something more peaceful that can hold you like a container. That's what music does for me. It's just like a big hug from the universe. So nature, paramount for my sanity. I really can't stay sane unless I'm out in nature, walking, like sitting, anything. It doesn't really matter if I'm exercising or not. I just need to be in it, soaking it up, okay? Let's not forget that that's our natural state. Houses and cities are not so much. And I think we all feel a lot more alienated when we start to, I've lived in cities off and on for a long time too, so I get it. But we need to prioritize our mental health and understand that we're actually not meant to live in skyscrapers and with people packed on top of each other. At least our soul desires to be free. So give yourself the freedom to move, to feel, to think by surrounding yourself with some beautiful, natural energy. All right. The other thing, and this might be controversial for some of you because it's not necessarily legal in every country, in every state. And some version of it is legal in pretty much every state in the United States, almost. I think there are 3 that haven't legalized it in some way, including CBD. But this is cannabis. Cannabis has, for the last, since the pandemic, for sure, has been one of the paramount pieces of my sanity. All right, these episodes that I have, they're really dark and scary, and cannabis just helps me ground. It helps me connect with my body. It helps me connect with nature. It helps me connect with my emotions. A lot of people say that they don't like it because it makes them paranoid or anxious. For me, all that it does is shine a magnifying glass or a flashlight on whatever is already there. So if you're just prone, so I don't mind that. For me, when I smoke, because I choose to ingest it that way, when I smoke cannabis, it takes me immediately to wherever I need to be looking at. And then I just spend the time looking at that thing, dealing with it, nurturing it. And then it's like, then I have time to relax and feel peace afterward. Yes, you have to get through the darkness to get to the other side. But honestly, otherwise we're just spending all our time running from the darkness. A lot of us who feel that anxiousness are just kind of constantly living in our heads. And when we use cannabis, it kind of brings us back into our body to feel what our body's feeling in a deeper way so that we can address it and approach it differently. So that's my personal experience with it. CBD doesn't take you anywhere mentally. It just grounds you and makes you feel smooth, like your nervous system. It just smooths everything out. It's been an incredible resource for me for a couple years now. And way back in my previous incarnation as a teenager, I used it with similar results. So I highly recommend CBD, at least for those that have access to it. It's pretty much legal as far as I know, and it's not taboo to talk about it, taboo. So please do look into it if it feels resonant, okay? It is a plant, it's just a medicine, and used in moderation, it can be incredibly helpful. And I don't know if I would have made it this far through all the things I've been through if I hadn't had access to that, music and nature. Those are the 3 keys to my sanity. So hopefully that helped you in some way. I'm just glad to be back again. I don't know what's going to be happening going forward. I don't know how frequently I'm going to be posting. I think Spirit's telling me to kind of don't explain yourself. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out. And in the meantime, I just want to again thank you all so much for your beautiful messages and comments and donations and future bookings. One in particular of you, John, really just changed everything for me with your generous donation. And I just want to personally shout out to you. Thank you for showing me that love when I really needed it. So that's it for today. I don't know when I'll be back, but I just wanted to come on here and say I love you. All right. My birthday's on Thursday. I'm turning 40. I wasn't sure if I was going to share that or not, but it feels pertinent because there is a stigma around age, especially with women. And I just want to be one of those women who rocks into my older age with grace, with surrender, no Botox for me, no facial reconstructive surgery for me, no hair dye, although we'll see. I do love being a brunette, but I think I'm just going to rock the gray. I just think I'm going to cruise into it with grace. So I'm saying that for whoever needed to hear it. For any other Geminis, happy birthday. Celebrate yourself, okay? We should take back birthdays and make it, I put life celebration on my calendar. I want to redefine the meaning of it, especially after having such a close brush with thinking about the other side of not living. I want to celebrate my life while I'm here, while I, am vital and fearless and just full of hope. I know the last time you saw me, I wasn't, but really that was just me breaking through. A lot of times we hit that wall, not so that we should get smaller and retract, but so that we can break through to the other side.